Man, KB, I cannot believe what just happened. You know, that's what makes the Fall Classic a classic, right? Because the stars come out and superstars make big plays, get big hits in the biggest of moments, and 2 outs, bases loaded. They bring on the lefty, and Freddie, as we know, has been ailing over the last few weeks. But to come up with, I mean, you could probably argue that might be one of the biggest hits he's ever had in his 2,200 hit career. I'm speechless right now.
I tell you, Freddie's something else. We've been singing his praise all October. Somewhere above, Vince Scully is, you know, smiling above us. But talk about this moment. Freddie, no extra base hits in October. Tonight, the triple and a home run. And first of all, did that triple scare you a little bit?
First, yes, the triple definitely scared me. Look at Mookie right there.
Hey.
My dog. Hey, I need to get a dog shirt. Where's my dog shirt?
That's right.
Oh, I need to get a dog shirt, Moo. No, so.
Move. Tunnel.
Hey, there we go.
There we go. We on play. Put it on, dog.
No, so you know what? Yeah, I would have liked the stand-up double right there, but Freddie's a baseball player. And I do always say, you know what? The game honors you. You do things the right way. You're a great teammate. You play the game the right way. Great things happen, and there's no better example than Freddie Freeman. And tonight, the game honored him.
Hey, Doug, congratulations on the win tonight. Listen, when you had 3 MVP lined up, one back-to-back, as a pitcher, only God can save you. We've been talking about Freddie. I mean, watch this home run right here. I want you to take me through this right here.
All right, so Shohei had the same pitch, right? First pitch heater, pops it up to left field. Freddie's on the gas.
Ouch.
And you know, Poppy, that's like the lefty's sweet spot, right? That down in his sweet spot, and he got the head to it and kept it fair and put a good swing on it.
You having fun yet?
Not yet, Jeets. You know what? I'll tell you this, man. If you can't have fun, something like this, and I better find a different job. So, but you know what? I'm just happy for the fans. I'm happy for the players, and certainly happy for Freddie. And it's funny, it's like, I understand this is still game one, but just kind of how we backdoored those guys, we snatched them. We used our leverage guys, they used their leverage guys, so it was a huge win.
Now,
Go ahead, G.
now, just tell me about this team. I mean, you guys are down there late. Yankees seem like they're rolling. Team never gives up. Talk to me about the resilience you guys have in the fight.
I mean, it's unbelievable, because if you look at tonight, Garrett had good stuff. He threw the baseball well. He minimized traffic, minimized damage. But we had a couple opportunities situationally that we didn't cash in on. But no one hung their heads. We kept trying to grind, take good at bats, and you know, even it's going to get lost in the box score. But Tommy Edmonds' base hit to stay flat through the middle, to get Mookie up to bat, to then ultimately, you know, get Freddie up to bat. It's big.
I'm going to go before that. 8th inning, you're down in this game. Ohtani comes up and just smashes one and gets you guys going. You guys got a lot of MVPs, right? So it's not one guy, but when your best player steps up and does that, tell me about the fuel that it gives to the rest of the dugout.
No, it does. It's big. I mean, and Shohei hit that ball hard, got second base, got to third base. But even to your point about the superstars, Mookie, infield back, hits a ball hard. Jazz makes a great play. And instead of getting disheartened, frustrated, a little tight with the bat, his next at bat, he had a situation bat again, stayed down, rode it out, drove in a run, which was huge. So all those little things, you know, make an impact.
Wow. Take a breath, Dave. Enjoy this one, baby, because that was fun. And we'll do it again tomorrow, all right?
Hey, let's do it again tomorrow. Sign me up.
Dave Roberts, what a win for his Dodgers.
Hey,
There you go.
my shirt.
Hold that up, baby. Hold it up.
My shirt.
There you go, baby.
He's got the My Dog t-shirt. There you go. Dodgers epic win, 6-3, the walk-off grand slam for Freddie Freeman. We thank Dave Roberts for joining us. He's going to get a hug from Billie Jean King. This place is still electric here in Dodger Stadium. One of the greatest World Series games you'll ever see. Back and forth, strategy, decisions, clutch hitting, big outs, and then the biggest hit with Freeman. As Dave, you can see, he's still just elated. You know, just trying to take it all in himself, and he manages the team. It's awesome. Tomorrow we feature the Yankee captains, Derek Jeter and Aaron Judge. Sit down for a conversation together on the pregame show before Game 2, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on Fox for that on a Saturday night. Boy, this was two Titans battling out tonight, right? With all these superstars doing their thing tonight, but it was Freddie Freeman, who's had an emotional year with the illness, with his son, with injury, delivers the first ever walk-off Grand Slam in World Series history. And up next, college football on Fox. 6 miles south of Dodger Stadium. Good luck getting there in this traffic. USC taking on Rutgers at the Coliseum.
Go Chargers!
Continuing post-game coverage with us, though, the World Series over on FS1 right now. We'll hear from Mookie Betts and more. Flip over to FS1 and stay with us. One of the most unbelievable World Series games you'll ever see ends in a walk-off grand slam from Freddie Freeman. What a night here at Dodger Stadium. The Dodgers come back. They beat the Yankees in extra innings on that, and they take a 1-0 lead in this best-of-7 World Series. 12th ever matchup between these two iconic franchises, and that's only game 1. It's going to be tough to top. I got to be honest. Derek Jeter is here. David Ortiz is here. Alex Rodriguez. And I'm Kevin Burkhardt. And, you know, wow, we have Dave Roberts on. He still was incredulous at what we just saw. That's pretty good, Alex. I mean, there's so many things to talk about this game, but let's just talk about Freddie. All that he's gone through this year, hobbling all playoffs with a bad ankle injury. And then he does that. First ever walk-off Grand Slam in World Series ever.
It is truly what makes baseball the greatest game in the world. And to have it in October with this type of, like Reggie Jackson said, the magnitude of October, right? And you have the two best teams. You can't help but think of Kirk Gibson with his leg problems. Home run, walk-off game 1 against Oakland. You had the same feeling. There's still, the people do not want to go home. And I can't wait for tomorrow.
It's like we always say, guys, the game will always find you. I mean, look at what Freddie Freeman went through in the NL National League Division. Yeah. And look at what happened in the first game of the World Series. I mean, his situation, his playing time was critical in the last series. And now all of a sudden, look at what shows up. I mean, this guy's an MVP caliber player. He was an MVP years before. And when you had 3 MVP lined up, guy, and you get away with, I mean, come on. This guy's amazing.
Yeah, it just goes back to a few days ago when we were having the awkward conversation about Freddie Freeman, whether he should be playing or not, and how much he helps a lineup just being out on the field. I mean, look, who would have thought this? If you went into this game saying that Freddie Freeman was going to hit a triple and a walk-off grand slam in the 10th inning, I don't think anyone would believe you. So to all the baseball fans out there, just buckle up, because this is going to be a great series, man. This one game we have, I don't even know where to start. We can take 3 hours to go through this game.
I tell you what, like, what's great about baseball is really chess, and there's subplots, and every move has a reaction and has a ripple effect to that. Poppy, you've had a tremendous October. We're sitting in the tunnel and we're watching the game, and Freddie's about to come up, and you say to me, you know what? Freddie is a tougher out right here than Ohtani. And then you said to me, I'd rather face Cortez than Hill. My question is, Hill's been one of the hottest pitchers in baseball. 7 innings, 7 appearances, only 1 run, and you go with Cortez, who hasn't pitched in 5 weeks. It begs to question, why not Hill in that situation? And Big Papa, you said Hill's much tougher there.
I would say when you hit the panic bottom, and I know it's too early, but when you have an uncomfortable left-handed pitcher like Hill, you definitely want to go with him just to give the batters, especially left-handed batters, a different angle. I don't know what was the situation, why they went with Cortez. Cortez wasn't even warming up when we look at the bullpen.
Right.
You know, and all of a sudden he come in. But when you talk about professional hitter, when you're talking about a batter, we have really good back control. You talk about Freddie Freeman, and Freddie Freeman is very dangerous in those situations.
Yeah, interesting choice certainly by Aaron Boone. Hill was ready. He's been great in the playoffs, as Alex said. They bring in Cortez, who hasn't pitched in 5 weeks and has a torn UCL, and he got torched, obviously. It didn't work. Mookie Betts had a couple really big, subtle plays in this game, including the sac fly that tied it in the 8th inning. He's standing by with Tom Verducci.
Thanks. Mookie Betts, you were just part of an instant classic. What do you think this game told the baseball world tonight? about the Los Angeles Dodgers?
We're fighters. You got to play 27 outs to beat it, sometimes more. But really, I think it shows how united we are. I mean, I love these boys, and I'm glad that we got to go through a battle like that. And really, I love loving on these guys, man. I love being here, and I'm just happy that I got to be a part of like you said, an instant classic.
Somebody's always got your back on this team. In this case, you were intentionally walked. Tell me what you thought about having Freddie behind you, and then what you saw.
I mean, you know, Freddie's won MVP, and he's won batting titles, and he's won all that. So, I mean, at that point, you kind of pick your poison, and I definitely understand. But, you know, hitting behind Freddie, or hitting in front of Freddie these last couple of years, I know he does damage, and he did tonight.
Congratulations. What a game.
Yes,
we'll
sir,
see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Back to you, KB.
All right, Tom, Mookie, appreciate it. Of course, we saw Mookie right after the game. He was jumping around, flying, just so excited. Let's go back to that 8th inning, though, for a moment. There's a lot. You guys, Derek, you said we could talk about this for 3 hours. But in that 8th inning, remember, it's still 2-1 Yankees, right? And Ohtani comes up and rips an absolute missile off the wall, and then Mookie gets him in with a sac fly. You know, it's getting through that gauntlet like Mookie was just talking about. It's so difficult when you got Ohtani and Betts and Freeman. What do you do?
Yeah, it's pick your poison for the most part. I mean, look, Ohtani's been swinging the bat well. Mookie's been swinging the bat well. Freddie's been swinging the bat well. You can't walk all of them. That's why we talk about who's hitting behind you is extremely important, and that determines the pitches that you're going to get to hit. And if you got 3 guys like that, it's tough, man. It really is tough. But you got to give it to the Yankees, though. Up until late, they pitched tremendously, right?
No doubt.
You know, over time, I think these guys just wear you down.
But it's like you say, D, you got to pick your poison, because when you are facing a guy like Ohtani, you don't want to walk him either. You want to try to get him out like they did in his last at bat. I mean, look at this guy right here. This guy is aggressive as he comes, and this guy, when he go to the plate, I mean, this is what you expect from him, to swing the bat. He don't care if he pop up, all of a sudden he hit a ball off the wall. I mean, this guy is not going to the plate thinking about anything. He's just aggressive as he can be.
It was interesting, though. So, Alex, you talked about the decision to bring on Nestor Cortez against Tim Hill, who's been great. And, Poppy, you talked about the angle. It was a little weird of a choice. But Ohtani and Freeman, the 2 guys that faced him, both swung at the first pitch. Did they just think they were getting a cookie because the guys have pitched in a month and a half?
Yeah, and the guy that comes second, which is Freddie, has a bit of an advantage because he gets to look. He has the luxury to look at the speed, the movement, and a nice timing. The one pitch worked. The second one still hasn't landed.
I tell you what, Kevin, going back to what you just asked about, those back-to-back fastball, a veteran role play a big role right there coming by Freddie Freeman. Pitchers, normally, when they get one out with the first pitch, they try to throw a strike next pitch. And that's when Freddie Freeman, veteran leadership and experience, was ready for that pitch, for that secondary pitch, which is going to be for a strike.
Yeah, and just like you say, and Freddie's he's a veteran. He's been there before, and he understands that with the bases loaded, the pitcher's going to try to get ahead of him. You do not want to fall behind. So he jumped all over his first pitch.
Look, we've been talking about the theme all October, KB, where experience matters. That was a seasoned veteran at bat by Freddie Freeman. But look, the real, when the Yankees look back and they drive back in the bus, it's really going to be a story of the Yankees had plenty of opportunities. They left 11 men on base versus the Dodgers 4.
Well, I think people are going to be talking about Aaron Judge. I mean, that's just a reality, right? Aaron did not have his best game tonight. I mean, he went, 1 for 5, 3 strikeouts. In the 9th inning, had an opportunity there against Trinan and did not look good in that at bat and popped up to shortstop. And the reality is, if they would have won, everyone overlooks it. But that's a big spot in the 9th inning and give them a chance to potentially win the game.
Well, I think the takeaway, Kevin, you're dead on here, where is not the 3 strikeouts is not the headline. The headline is manager Dave Roberts deciding to walk Soto to pitch to the MVP Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
And that stuff starts building like a mountain. And this is what's great about baseball. We're going to see how he reacts tomorrow. We're going to show you a little video here. I want you to focus on his front hip. And the first one here is the home run. Fastball away. Boom. Home run. Stays nice and locked. Watch this thing bail so quickly. Poppy, we were talking about this, and it's just moving quickly out of the way. And the reason why you do that is you think your hands are too slow, and he's caught a little bit in between, which means early on the breaking ball and late on the fastball.
Absolutely. We were having a conversation. Excuse me. We were having a conversation about, but one thing that let's not forget, those day off, Kevin, they mess around with your timing. You know what I'm saying? I saw a lot of batters tonight not driving the pitch that they normally drive. Yeah. And it was because they were a little off. And I tell you, the big man right there, he looked like he was trying to catch it with his hands. That's why he got the leaking coming from his hip, you know? And he was trying to use his hand as quick as possible. And when you are not feeling your hands, Kevin, that's when you go into your hip, which is a mistake.
Well, yeah, look, I agree with everything you guys are saying. This is a series. It's a long series. This is just game one. There's a lot of action in this game. It seemed like we played 4 or 5 games within one. But look, in my opinion, Aaron Judge is going to produce. He's going to have his games. He's going to get his hits, right? We were talking about a KB back in the green room.
Yeah.
This is not a team you want to try to figure out your swing against. If you're uncomfortable, the Dodgers bullpen is just not the pitching staff you want to face. It's not some of these other pitching staffs. I mean, these guys are going to make their pitches. They're going to hit their spots. They all come with velocity. So you're trying to make these adjustments within a game. But I do believe that not only Aaron, but I do think a lot of the hitters on both sides, because there were a lot of pitches that were missed early on in the game. Those pitches are not going to be missed. They're not going to be fouled off later we get into the series.
And guys, you guys know this. 5 days for the Yankees in baseball is like 5 weeks. It takes a long time. But what Aaron Judge is doing is he's going out and chasing the ball. This ball right here, as a hitter, he's trying to catch it way out there in front of the plate. When all hitters do well, not just Aaron Judge, you got to let that ball back up and hit it right between your legs, like you're hitting a sand wedge in golf. You got to back that ball up and not leak. You got to stay square to that camera. You're square. Can't do this. You got to stay right here. And I think he'll do that. But today maybe is to get a little rust out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could see the rust early in the game for both teams. But here's the bottom line. Here's what they're going to be talking about in the New York media, fair or unfair. Aaron Judge in the postseason is 6 for 36 with 16 strikeouts. You know, so and when you win, it doesn't matter. But that's what they're going to talk about, one of the many things. And we'll hear from Aaron Boone. And when we come back, a little bit about the decision making late. An absolute classic tonight. Dodgers in a walk-off grand slam from Freddie Freeman win it 6-3. And so game 2 of the World Series back here at Dodger Stadium tomorrow night, 7 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. We can't wait. People are still here. They don't want to leave. And there's the emotion for Freddie Freeman, raising the bat up high, getting the shower with Ken Rosenthal. An unbelievable extra inning finish, back and forth, strategy galore, stars producing, and the Dodgers are up 1-0 in this World Series. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Those 2 highlights you saw, the only 2 times in World Series history teams went down their final out and won on a walk-off. Both here in Dodger Stadium. Gibson at 88, Freddie Freeman tonight. We welcome you back to the post-game show in an absolute epic game. And guess what? If you were out, you missed it, let's take you back and go through these highlights because there are a lot of them. Okay, so it's game 1. Dodgers Yanks, 2 best teams during the regular season, 2 best players, and Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. A lot of drama. 6th inning, here's a pretty good player too. Giancarlo Stanton's 6th home run of the playoffs, a moonshot. He's an LA kid. Yankees take the lead. That was an easy one for Stanton. He knew it was gone. 2-1 there. 8th inning, Ohtani against Tommy Kahnle, who's been great. He just rips this thing. Just missed a home run. And then Ohtani, ball coming in here. Watch this. Ball is bobbled. That allows Ohtani to get to third, Al.
KB, and after we're going to review that play, because to me that was one of the biggest plays of the game.
And then Mookie Betts, just a great professional at bat. gets bat on ball to the outfield. Tying run scores. We're tied at 2. We go to the 9th. Same score. This one is deep. Oh boy, look at that. It looked like the Derek Jeter, Jeffrey Meyer play.
That was a home run, guys. That was a home run. 1996, you sure look the same. Torres was hoping for the home run. He didn't get the same call as a double. So guess what? No score. We go to extras. It was a Jazz Chisholm inning. He gets on, he steals second, he steals third, and then that one, Edmund couldn't get the ball out of his glove to turn the double play. Yanks take the lead. However, they bring in Cortez, 2 pitches. First one, he pops out Ohtani. Second one, hit a mile, and the Dodgers win it in walk-off style. Nestor Cortez had not pitched in 5 weeks with an elbow injury. Freddie Freeman been hobbled with an ankle injury. 6-3 in extras. LA takes game 1, and that cold shower feels pretty good. 6-3 your final. Now the big decision. Because it was the 10th inning, they had to go with Jake Cousins to start. We'll get into that in a second. But in the lefty spot, they choose Cortez over the veteran Tim Hill. And here's Aaron Boone on why.
Just taking the left-on-left matchup there. Yeah. No, I didn't deliberate long.
And Nestor had not pitched since September 18th. Why did you like him in that 10th inning?
Just like the matchup. The reality is he's been throwing the ball really well the last few weeks as he's gotten ready for this. I knew with one out there it'd be tough to double up Shohei if Tim Hill gets him on the ground, and then Mookie behind him is a tough matchup there. So felt convicted with Nestor in that spot.
Was it first rodeo, right, Aaron? Andy?
Nestor's history against Ohtani. Why you like the matchup?
I mean, a little bit. I don't know if you ever love a matchup against Ohtani, but I felt like Nestor could give us a shot at it.
Look, there's obviously no guarantee that Tim Hill comes in and gets Ohtani or Betts or Freeman, right? So we're not saying that, but it's an interesting choice in that Cortez hasn't pitched in a month and a half, and then the first time he comes in, there's guys on base and he's facing Ohtani. It's a tough spot.
It's a tough spot. And look, Booney's job is to get his guys in the best position to win. And I hear him when he says, he's been pitching simulated games, he's been doing this or that. Nothing can replicate the heat and the violence and the intensity of October baseball. Hill's been nothing short of phenomenal. 3 for 13. He is your hot hand. And I'm not sure if he was hurt or not, but unless he was hurt, you got to go with your hot hand there.
Yeah, well, first, two things. One, let's give it to Nestor Cortez for a minute. I mean, he did that interview, a couple days ago, and he said he's fine missing all of next year if he comes out and gets a chance to pitch in the World Series. So this is a guy that wants to be there. Now, on the other hand, no one knows their team better than Aaron Boone does. It's easy for us to sit here and say they should bring in somebody else. Obviously, hindsight is 20/20. But it is a tough situation to come into when you have not been pitching for 5 weeks. Coming into a World Series, pressure-packed situation, facing Ohtani, facing Freddie, that is tough. But you just got to give it to. That's why the manager makes the decisions. That's why they're the manager of the team.
I'll tell you what.
Go ahead, Bobby.
No, I'll tell you what. The criticism comes because of the result.
Yep.
Right? Okay. But at the same time, you are fighting for make those left-handed batters swing uncomfortable. And that's why I refer myself to the angle. The Hills throwing from sidearm, based on my experience, is making a bat more uncomfortable than a lefty that throw either 3/4 or over the top. And that's the situation right here. You want to make them have an uncomfortable at bat.
100%.
And that's why I go to the sidearm. Especially in that situation.
And Cap, I hear what you're saying, but we're not Monday morning quarterback. I was sitting with Poppy, and he thought Hill was the right guy
100%.
before he came in.
I agreed with it.
And I said, wow, tell me why, Poppy, because he's lefty, and he told me how uncomfortable he is. Look, Buck Showalter once told me, he goes, the barometer, whether you want to take a pitcher in or out, including Garrett Cole after 88 pitches, is that opposing dugout happy or are they sad? And when Garrett Cole left, they were happy. When they brought in Cortez, they were happy because it was a comfortable at bat. Cortez has got big
100%.
guts, but that's a comfortable at bat.
And let's not forget, Hill is a left-hander specialist. He is ready to come towards the end of the game to get left-handed batter out. Cortez is a starter. He's gonna act like a starter in the mound. That's my problem using a starter coming out of the bullpen and using bullpen guys starting the game. You know, it's a whole totally different subject.
Agree. I just think there has to be something else that went into that decision that we don't know about. That's what I think.
There usually is, but I'm trying to figure it out.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Do you know, Kevin?
I'm sure we're going to find out about it. Somebody's going to ask.
We'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, and by the way, here, just retracing the inning, before we got there, you know, obviously the Yankees burned through their guys, right? And you guys all wanted Cole to stay in the game for a little while longer. And as a result, they had to get through their top guys. And then in the 10th, you have Jake Cousins, who's got one career save in his life, and he walks Gavin Lux, who's been ice cold. And then Edman, who is the MVP of the NLCS. No one will ever talk about it tomorrow with all the drama. But he's the one that gets the base hit to kind of make that situation the way it was, where they had to go get somebody to face Ohtani.
Derek said it before the game. Garrett Cole, when he's healthy, and he is healthy, he's the best pitcher in the game. 88 pitches. He just got through Murder's Row, 3 MVPs. A guy gets on, let him pitch. Even if they tie the game 2-2, you reserve that bullpen, which is already depleted and short, as we saw late in the game. The ripple effect of taking Garrett Cole out is you got to go through your main relievers, and then you get into Cousins, and it's not his fault, and it's not also Cortez's fault.
Yeah, look, I know we talk about this all the time, and I don't want to be one of these guys that say back in the day when we played. But we were talking about when we were playing the Mets in 2000, Al Leiter pitched Game 6. He threw 140-something pitches. 140-something pitches. Garrett Cole was dominating this game. He was dominating the game. Yeah. And if you take him out after 88 pitches for I don't know what reason, it's a domino effect on not only this game tonight, tomorrow's game, and the rest of the series. So I just think when you have someone that's dealing like Garrett Cole was dealing tonight, you leave him out there as long as you can.
What did Garrett Cole come to New York for? He came to New York to finish 7 innings. And there's nothing that showed that he was getting weaker. As a matter of fact, he was getting stronger. Let him pitch. If you're going to lose with your best. Lose with Jordan, LeBron, Cole. That's who Cole is. You're not going to see Aaron Judge tomorrow because he's struggling. He's the very best. Go with your best, Poppy.
I tell you what, and I absolutely agree with the two of you. There's not tomorrow in the World Series. You got to win today so you can show tomorrow happy and carry the momentum. I mean, Garrett Cole pitched like a Cy Young Award winner tonight. We talk about it. He was dealing with his breaking ball. He was racing his fastball. He was locating his cutter everywhere. I mean, 88 pitches in that situation. You got to kill me with him.
Poppy, are we off tomorrow? I'm so confused.
No.
Okay.
88 pitches allowed the single to Hernandez in the 7th, and that was it. And we had drama, and a lot of it after that. Dodgers would come back. The Yankees would take the lead in the 10th. And then the grand slam, and look at on X. It's going crazy right now. Crazy how tough a year Freeman has had with his injury and his family. He deserved that Gibson-like moment. He got it. That was sensational. First pitch fastball, clobbered into the grandstand. A walk-off win, a grand slam. Joy in Dodgerland here at Chavez Ravine, and it is just an unbelievable Game 1. We'll hear from the hero, Freddie Freeman, when we return. Poppy, there's a lot of traffic. That's going to be tough.
Can we do the post game for another 2 hours?
We might have to. Anybody got a helicopter?
Holy cow.
Not a single person left Dodger Stadium. Why would you? You saw one of the greatest finishes ever. That's here. That's here. USC's playing down the road right now. Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, and the Dodgers. Jubilation here in L.A. Dodgers win Game 1, 6-3 in the 10th. Walk-off winner for Freddie Freeman as we welcome you back to the desk on our post-game show. And why don't we hear from the hero, Freeman? That was quite a moment.
Those are the kind of things when you're 5 years old with your 2 older brothers and you're playing football in the backyard, and those are the scenarios you kind of dream about. Bases loaded, 2 outs in a World Series game, and for it to actually happen and hit a home run and walk it off to give us a 1-0 lead, that's as good as it gets right there.
Yeah, it is. That game was as good as it gets. You look at Freddie Freeman this postseason. Look, he had the ankle injury. He didn't have a single extra base hit first 2 rounds. And he had 2 tonight. Triple, which no one saw coming. That really tested the ankle. And then, of course, the grand slam to win it. And then there's Aaron Judge. He had a tougher night tonight. 1 for 5, a few strikeouts, a pop-up in a key spot in the 9th. Let's hear from him after the game.
because we know we got another game tomorrow. I think that's what it comes down to. You know, as tough as this one is, you know, losing a game, the first one like that, you know, we got another chance to even it up before we head back to the Bronx.
Well, it's, yeah, I mean, the Yankees, look, it's just one of those games. It was really a great game. I think if you're looking for a positive for the Yanks tonight, Derek, it's that this is a team that had no speed in the season. They were dead last in stolen bases, and they went and got Jazz Chisholm, your guy, you said is going to have a lot of opportunities. He put him ahead by himself in the 10th inning by getting on and stealing a couple bases. That's a good sign for them going forward with what he can do. He stole 3 bases tonight.
Yeah, I mean, look, when you're playing in a series like this, World Series, you're going to have to find different ways to manufacture runs. Speed has not been at the top of the Yankees list all season long. Traded for Jazz, all of a sudden he's adding speed, the speed element to the team, and you know, he changed that inning and actually could have been the hero of the game, right? If everything else didn't go down how it did, but. He's a problem when he gets on the bases. I said before the game, he's going to have a lot of opportunities. Once again, I don't know why they pitched to Stanton. I really don't. But he hit another big home run. But I think Jazz is going to find himself in situations where he can impact the game, not only on the bases, but he's going to be able to impact the game from the batter's box.
Absolutely. And I believe this. I mean, this is just the first game. I know a lot of guys, a lot of batters, not only Judge, were a little bit out of timing because of the day off. I would say that straight up. But this is the type of game that as a player, when you go back to your hotel and you go back home, you start looking at the situation that you face and you start doing that recognition and trying to memorize those moments so the next day you come with a fresh mind and try to execute it. And I'm expecting that from the Yankees lineup.
You know, Kevin, we talked about the Yankees playing clean baseball. This is varsity against varsity. They were able to play sloppy baseball against Cleveland and against Kansas City, and they got away with it. To me, one of the most underrated plays in the game that had tremendous ramifications was Ohtani's double in the 8th inning with 1 out. That's all it should have been. Instead, you know, Gleyber Torres kind of misplays that ball a little bit, and it causes, and here it is. He has 300 feet to look at this ball. His feet are planted, cemented in the ground. With 300 feet, you can go up and get that ball and get it in the air, or back up quickly and play the long hop. There's no reason for this type of lackadaisical play. Goes to third base, and that ends up being the tying run, and the rest is history. If you're the Yankees, you got to play clean baseball. And tonight, they fell short of that again.
Yeah, it's a huge play. Probably doesn't get a lot of attention because all the drama that went on late. But that's a big moment in the game, man. Like you say, Ohtani's at second base. Mookie's fly ball's out number 2. You don't know what's going to happen. So you can't make those mistakes and give extra outs and let runners advance when you're playing against a team like the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah. And you're 5 outs away from being 1-0, right? So every out counts. 90 feet is at a premium. You can get away with that in June and July. Not in October, not against the L.A. Dodgers.
Not in October.
I know this. Dodgers took one from the grasp of defeat tonight, and that's got to feel great for them. That was a heck of a win, a comeback win, and a walk-off grand slam. So emotional as this place went nuts when that ball left Freddie Freeman's bat because it won the game. The grand slam off Nestor Cortez, and the L.A. Dodgers with a 1-0 World Series lead. Get the feeling we got a long way to go in this one, and we're all for it. What a night at Dodger Stadium. Back for more. Yeah, what a night at Dodger Stadium. I mean, I'm out of breath, and I just watched the game. Freddie Freeman, the walk-off grand slam in the 10th. You can't get any more drama than that. And the emotion at home plate as the Dodgers come back and win Game 1. It sets us up for Game 2 on Saturday night. It'll be Carlos Rodon, the left-hander. He's been good these postseason for the Yanks. Pitched great his last time out. Yoshinobu Yamamoto for the Dodgers. Gave him all that money. His best start came at Yankee Stadium early in the year. And look at this shot of.
You sound like you know Japanese.
I do not. Most. Did you see the interview with Ohtani? There's not a single lick of Japanese for me in that one. Here is what you got. Yeah, come on back to Dodger Stadium. Welcome back. Good to see you. So we told you about the pitching matchup. It's interesting. Yamamoto's best start was against the Yankees in June. He was awesome at Yankee Stadium. Yanks. They need Rodon tomorrow now. There's no doubt about it, especially if you're using all their leverage guys tonight in the bullpen tonight.
Look, the winner of Game 1 in the World Series wins 63% of the series. Rodon is pitching the biggest game of his career. Here's as you kind of think forward. You have to win game 2 tomorrow. You cannot go back to Yankee Stadium 0-2. And then you got to win 2 over there because you can't come down here and try to win 2 here. So tomorrow, forget tomorrow, maybe
That's
tomorrow.
right.
Yeah.
I tell you what, the Rodon that I saw his last outing, it was the Rodon that they need tomorrow. I mean, his body language his composure was very good. He keep it tight. He was locating his pitch. He was using his fastball at his best, but with a good location. He need to bring that against this Dodgers lineup tomorrow so he can keep them quiet. Otherwise, you know what can happen?
Yeah, he has to pitch a good game. I mean, goes without saying. But he has to pitch a game. He has to pitch deep into the game because of the fact that they used their bullpen earlier than what we thought they should. So I expect him to come out. You know, he's been throwing the ball well, right? But he's going to have to spot his fastball. You know, he's going to have to pitch ahead. This Dodger team is feeling really good about themselves.
Gee, you bring up a good point, too, because, you know, if you kept Cohen there a little bit longer, 5 innings would have been enough. 5 innings is not enough for Rondon tomorrow. He has to pitch 6, maybe 7, because now the bullpen, here we go again.
Tell you one thing, it's tough to get tickets to these World Series games, and they are not cheap, right? If we take a look at the ticket prices around the market, it's going to cost you some bucks, right? Here's what you got. Game 2 ticket price. Dugout Club down here, you get the nice buffet. It'll cost you 10 grand a ticket. Very cheap. You know, upper deck, 1,000.
Are you kidding me?
No. People are going to be calling you for tickets, Poppy?
Hey, here's the deal, people. One more time, do not call me for tickets. Look at the graphic. Amigos, no me llamen para tickets en español, okay?
Can you do it in Japanese?
No me llamen para tickets. Arigato.
That's mainly because the Yankees aren't giving you any tickets.
No me llamen. You're right. You're right. Hey, man, you think I can get 2 tickets tomorrow?
I got plenty.
I know you do. Who can brother up? Hey, call Jeter for tickets, everybody.
Yeah, that's a good call Jeter for tickets. He's got them for you. There you go. What a night for the Dodgers again. 6-3, the walk-off from Freddie Freeman. There you go. Try to get out of here. Traffic, good luck. But who cares? We got a game 2 coming up on Saturday.
Look at that traffic.
Well, this was quite a night. The first ever walk-off grand slam in World Series history goes to Freddie Freeman. The joy, a 6-3 Dodgers win in 10. What a game in this game 1. How about in Tokyo? Watching for Shohei Ohtani, and they're celebrating. Their Dodgers fans. It's Saturday morning in Tokyo. I guess they're having breakfast. There you go. And there is Ohtani himself reacting after his buddy Freddie Freeman delivers and fellow MVP. And so it is a game 2. We've got it for you on Fox on Saturday night. Our coverage begins at 7 Eastern. Looking forward to that on Fox and the Fox Sports app. As we say, welcome back here with the guys. And we can't let you go on this epic night without taking a trip to the vault. But this one is from 2024, the All-Star game with all of us. Let's watch.
This is base KB on Brian Cashman having a huge trade deadline moment, maybe a big move or 2, Poppy. And what I like is, if he does, I like the Yankees winning over the Dodgers in a rematch of the '81 World Series in 7. Yankees in 7 over the Dodgers.
Wow. That's impressive.
It's a bad beginning.
You guys picked the Phillies, Baltimore.
I think.
And you picked the Red Sox.
You're going to be in the same boat.
Red Sox are in Cancun.
You know,
the Yankees lose.
You know what the problem is? Everyone's picks change from round to round.
Of course.
Right?
That's right.
I mean, David picked Boston.
I don't know, his changed from day to day.
Yeah.
KB, it sounds like excuses over there.
KB.
Hey, listen, you got to go with the winning team.
I got lucky. First time in 10 years. I got lucky.
There you go. Well done. Why don't we check out what things look like in Los Angeles, the traffic scene right now. This is what's going on.
Oh,
okay?
Jesus.
Suns and Lakers game just ended. You've got a rock concert in Inglewood. You've got a high school football game in Inglewood at SoFi. You've got a USC college game, which is 5 miles from here, and then the World Series game getting out of here. So
good luck.
Yeah, anybody got a chopper? I mean, we are dead. Let's take a look at the traffic. Poppy, use your skills to navigate us through this.
Oh, no. That traffic is jammed. We never living. Oh, my goodness. Look at that.
That is no bueno. Maybe we'll just sleep here.
Sig alert. No bueno.
For game 2.
Uber is not coming. Whoop. Taxi. Helicopter.
Do you think you're getting a taxi in here?
Hey, finally it's moving. Let's go now.
It's a good sign. It's a good sign. Even better sign, we got a game 2 on Saturday night. Is it Saturday yet? Feels like it. It is in some parts of the world.
Not yet.
Hey, what a night. Dodgers win. We'll see you for game 2.
See you when I see you.